My new book, Facts That Aren't True, is out now. Don't forget about my other book, Rational Answers to Stupid Questions.
The number one problem with atheism is that they don't even believe in absolute truth.
Wow.
Because absolute truth, you can't even confirm to me right now you exist.
You can't confirm to me that you exist.
I can.
No, you can't. Prove that you're not a figment of my imagination.
What do you mean figment of imagination? I'm speaking to you right now and I exist.
Prove that it's not a figment of my own imagination talking to me right now.
What do you mean? Do you like figment of your
It's
imagination?
literally, I cannot dumb it down any more than that. Prove to me that you're not a figment of my imagination.
Meaning you're dreaming. This is all a dream.
No, a figment of my imagination. You can't do that. Okay, so you don't believe in absolute truth.
I do believe.
What do you
in
want to
absolute
talk
truth.
about next? Okay, then prove you're not a figment of my imagination.
I'm not speaking to you right now, and I'm
Yeah, I know that I'm imagining this happening. Prove that it's anything other than that.
You're not imagining this because I'm speaking
Prove
to you
it
right
to
now.
me.
It's absolute truth.
Prove it to me.
If it was an imagination, things don't come into reality. Meaning, when you're imagining things,
You're begging the question. You're just
No.
saying you're not imagining it because you're not imagining it because this is reality.
No, I'm not saying no
Prove
because
it
you're
to me.
imagining it. Not because you're imagining it. Imagination usually
This
doesn't come
was
into reality.
10 times easier than I thought it would be. So you're
Imagination
incapable of
does not
doing
come
this,
into
just so
reality.
you know.
Imagination, most of the times, does not come into reality.
Yeah, prove that I'm not imagining this.
You're not. So we
Yeah,
can talk
prove
about
it.
other-
Don't declare it. Prove. Do you know what a circular argument is?
It's not about a circular argument.
Do you know what a circular argument is?
Do you think imagination?
No, see, the question
mostly
is,
people
do you know what a
say that they
circular
can imagine
argument is?
birds. No, not birds. The
Mo.
water
Mo.
becoming.
Mo, do you even know
That's
what a
something.
circular argument is?
Hmm?
Do you know what a circular argument is?
Yes, an argument
What is
that
it?
goes nowhere.
No. Be specific.
An argument that goes nowhere and then circulates to the original topic, meaning an argument that's not valid.
No. A
It's not a
circular
valid
argument is when your conclusion is one of the premises, or vice versa, which is what you're doing. I said prove that you're not a figment of my imagination, and you're just telling me that you're not. You're not proving it. Now, you said that the atheist can't prove that they exist.
Yeah,
You
because
can't
you
prove
come
that
up
you
with-
exist.
I
So
can
you
prove
are an
because I'm
atheist.
speaking, and because I was created and due to living a long life.
I
It's
need
not
you
just
to
an
prove
imagination.
to me that I'm not just imagining that I'm having a conversation.
If you're imagining, it's a big problem.
I didn't ask you if it's a problem. I asked you to, well, it's not a question, but prove to me that you're not a figment of my imagination.
I can prove that because most things when people imagine things, most of them don't come into reality. Meaning, I can give you an example. They can say the water can.
I didn't ask you for an example. I asked you to
Yes,
prove
because
that
you
right
imagine it
now
doesn't come into
I'm not
reality.
talking to a voice in my head.
This is not virtual reality. You're
Okay,
not
you
experiencing
can't
virtual
do
reality.
this. The only thing you've been able to do is beg the question so we can move on. I've demonstrated
about
that you're
begging
an
the question,
absolute
it's a stupid
hypocrite
argument.
because, yes, your argument that atheists can't prove that they exist
Yes,
to other
they don't,
people
and it's
is a
stupid.
weakness that you and everybody
I can prove
has.
that it exists
So
because
you are
most of the
completely
things in imagination
disingenuous
don't
and you
come
have
into
no
reality.
idea what you're talking about. What do you want to talk about next?
Fine tuning. Fine tuning equals God. Meaning, I can prove to the universe the tuning. I'm not talking about if gravity existed or not. The strength of gravity that holds everything together is the proof of God. Because there had to be a higher intelligence power.
Yeah, which is how we
to
know that
create
aliens are
energy and to
simulating
create
the universe. I agree.
Huh? What?
Yeah, this is how we know that aliens are simulating our universe.
Nah, aliens don't exist. We have multiple proofs of
No,
this.
actually, the aliens
If you
created a
believe aliens
simulation,
exist, you're
and
a
that's what
Creole.
this is. And that's how we proved that aliens exist.
If you believe that aliens exist, you might need to
No,
go
I
check your
know that
mail.
aliens exist because they're simulating this universe. This universe has the properties of a simulation.
Simulating
That's how we
aliens.
know they exist.
Can you name me? Can you name me which alien did you see?
His name was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Nice. Can you stick to the argument of fine tuning? Nice.
He's
You're
from
not at a comedy
Mongolia.
club. This is talking to a person.
Yes,
So
I treat dipshit arguments like yours
dipshit
exactly.
arguments is not
I
dipshit
parody
arguments. I'm
your
talking about
arguments
fine.
in
I'm
the
talking about fine
in the
tuning.
appropriate way, and people learn and laugh and live and love quite a lot from watching
I'm
this
talking about
stuff.
fine tuning. Explain to me why gravity has the same as
Because the aliens
certain
that
amount of
simulate
strength
this
to
universe
hold everything
programmed it to
together.
be that way. That's the
Oh,
only
it's meant to be that
explanation.
way. Okay, if it's meant to be that way, was there needed a higher power? Yes or no?
Yes, the thing that is simulating our
The
universe.
simulating, it's not aliens. There's no scientific proof.
No,
there
it
was
is.
aliens.
It is
If you
aliens. We
believe
even
that
know what their
aliens
names
created
are. Do you want
gravity,
me to tell you
if
what
you
their
believe
names were
aliens
again?
created
Their names were.
gravity, you need to go to the hospital. My friend, if you believe aliens
No, we're
created
not
gravity,
friends.
you need to go to the
I would
hospital.
never be friends with somebody like you. I would never be friends with somebody like you. So
And,
don't say that.
hopefully don't, because you can't even confirm to me you exist. So
No, and neither can you. We
yes,
went
I
over
can,
that
because
already.
I told you, you're not imagining. You're not
Because I told you, that's how you proved it. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker is real. That's you right now.
No, that's not me.
Yes.
I
Well, it
literally
is.
told you,
So I
imagination
don't know what
becomes
to tell
reality.
you, but it absolutely is. Way to flip the script on
You
that one.
flipped
That
you flipped the
motherfucker
script towards
is
that.
real.
You cannot you yourself cannot confirm to me you exist. Plus, you cannot debunk.
Yes,
the
I
argument
can.
that
I'm telling
gravity is
you.
the way it is. What is the point of arguing?
Buddy, first of all, I can prove to you that I exist. I'm telling you that I exist.
Oh, okay.
Second of all, gravity is the way it is because the aliens that are simulating this universe programmed it to be that way. That's the only explanation.
Wait, can you repeat that?
No.
No, of course. Wallah, I'm talking to someone that needs to see a hospital, bro. You need to see a hospital. You told me aliens created gravity by your argument.
Yeah, it's part of the simulated
Yeah,
universe.
go
And
see a
we know
hospital,
that
man.
because it has
As
the
soon as
properties
possible.
that a simulated
Book it.
universe would have. That's how we know
Book
that
a
aliens
hospital
exist.
check now.
Do you know what begging the question is? Begging the question is when you say, I think that this thing exists. So let me say that the reason things are the way they are is because that thing I believe in made them be the way that they are. Therefore, the thing I believe exists
No,
exists.
because
That is
an
called begging the
intelligent
question.
power-
And it's
an
what you're doing when you
intelligent power
invoke
was required to
fine-tuning.
create
Congratulations.
the strength of gravity. That's why a higher power needed is in order to create
How do we know that?
certain strength.
How do you know that?
Because humans, no aliens, no flying donkeys can create something like
I
that.
didn't ask you
And
what
have-
can't do it. I asked you how you know God did it.
Because it's common sense. It does not take
It's
2
common
seconds
sense.
to think of that.
The fact that you
We are-
don't
you're not
understand
born
all of
an
the
atheist.
circular
You're not
reasoning you're
born an
doing
atheist.
is just some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
You're not born an atheist. You cannot.
Yeah, you are.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are. What do babies believe in?
Born an atheist, bro.
What do babies believe in?
Okay, if you're born an atheist.
Okay, what do babies believe in, Mo?
Babies believe in? Most of the time, their minds are not developed. Over time, when
So they don't believe in God. Okay, thank
Our
you.
minds are not developed.
Thank you for playing. You can't prove that you exist. You proved that everybody is born an atheist. You proved that aliens are simulating this universe. This is just some of
cannot
the score here is like 10-0.
No, it's actually the opposite.
I'm
It's 10
winning,
me,
but
0
you've
you.
scored all of the points. That's what's happening
It's
right
the
now.
opposite. 10 to me, 0 to you. You didn't debunk that gravity has the certain strength it
You know,
does.
the last time I heard
Didn't
somebody
debunk.
make an "I know you are, but what am I" argument, I think I was in 3rd grade.
No. You have a mind of a 3rd grade
No.
because you believe
You
aliens created
unironically
aliens.
just did it again. You unironically just said, "I know you are, but what am I?" after I told you you are making "I know you are, but what am I" arguments. And then you did it again.
Yeah. Brother,
I'm going to end this man's whole career.
stick to comedy because you are not going nowhere. This whole,
That means that I am
haven't
going
done-
somewhere.
you haven't done nothing.
Learn how to English.
You haven't done a single thing.
I've done
Gave
all
you an
kinds of
argument.
things.
Gave you an argument of fine tuning. Didn't debunk it. Didn't address it. Didn't do nothing.
We haven't really
yeah.
talked about it very much because what I did was I proved that the fine-tuning argument proves aliens exist as much as it proves anything else.
Okay.
And you're either
Next time I
too
see you,
stupid
I
or
hope to see you on
brainwashed
the
to understand that. But go ahead and talk about fine-tuning.
Next time I
Go
see you, I
on,
hope
go
to
on,
see you
Short King.
in a UFO with
Go ahead.
Phineas and Ferb and all of them, just in a confinement.
Go ahead and argue for fine-tuning.
I'm arguing. Told you, how is gravity the certain strength it is? Meaning, I'm not arguing that gravity. How did gravity exist? How is it the certain strength?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me how
hold
gravity
everything
ended up the
together.
way that it is. Go ahead and tell me how gravity ended up the way it is.
It ended up the way it is because of God. Because
And
of
how do you
higher
know that?
power Created it. There had to
How do
be
you
an
know that?
intelligent power. It doesn't. It's common sense.
No,
It's
it's
common
so
sense.
again, do you know
Because
what
this
begging
is-
the
this
question
question-
is?
I'll
Because that's
answer,
what
I'll
you're
answer, I'll
doing.
answer. I'll
How
tell
do
you
I
why.
know that?
Hold on,
It's
hold on.
known. That's how I know it.
I'll tell you why. Because
Yeah, go ahead.
scientists cannot answer this question. Science cannot answer this
Do you know what an
question.
argument from ignorance is? Do you know what an argument from ignorance is?
What is an argument for ignorance is?
An argument from ignorance. Let's say that I say, you and I go outside, and there is a tree that fell over, and I ask you, how do you think that tree fell over? And you said, I don't know. And then I say, well, I think that it was Jacques the Pirate. And you say, what? What do you mean? And then I say, oh, do you know how it happened? And you say no. And I say, therefore, that means Jacques the Pirate did it. And then I'll even say that it's common knowledge. So what you're doing is instead of proving your claim, you're saying, hey, other people don't know what an alternative explanation is. That means that I'm right.
No, not because of that. Because your argument that aliens exist does not debunk my argument of fine tuning. Because it's a stupid argument. We know, me and you both know, aliens don't exist. We have
No, we don't know that, actually. You know how many galaxies... Wait, you think the Earth is flat, don't you? You think the Earth is flat, don't you?
No, I think the Earth is round.
Oh, interesting. So there are hundreds of billions of galaxies, right?
Hundreds of billions of galaxies, according
This
to
is what's called common knowledge. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies.
Okay.
Okay, and there are many billions of planets in every single galaxy. And now you're telling me that we know that there's nothing alive in any of them?
There's...
Oh my god, I didn't think this guy would actually be able to talk about these things. So anyways, the more important thing is the aliens, they exist outside of this reality. They're simulating this universe.
I'll say hello to Tobashin and Rubatin and Zubatin next week, man. Don't worry.
Don't fucking place some dumbass
Don't worry,
gypsy
I'll
curse
wait
on
for
me,
them. I'll
Mo.
wait for Rubatin
Okay?
and next week,
Stop
and I'll wait
rebuking
for-
me in the name of your holy juju or whatever it is the fuck that you're doing.
to arrive next week.
Quit witchcrafting me, Mo.
Next
That's
week.
a bad Mo. Bad. Quit that.
I'll wait for to arrive next week on Earth today. I'll arrive. I'll be waiting for them. Man. I'll be waiting for next week.
Are you done?
No. I'm not done because
Go ahead. Sounds like you're done. So how do you know that
no.
your
It
God
doesn't sound like you're
exists?
done because you didn't prove anything. Nothing. This whole
I
argument
proved
is
that you
absolute
don't know
nonsense.
anything either. You
Nonsense.
can't prove that you exist.
You cannot prove fine tuning. You cannot debunk it. You cannot prove you exist.
You haven't
You're talking
proven
to me about
anything with
aliens.
regard to
You're
fine
talking. You're
tuning.
a grown ass man that believes aliens created gravity because you need to go see a hospital. I swear to you, I'm not lying. You need to see a hospital because if you think aliens created gravity, holy shit,
Do you
your
think that
kids are
people
doomed.
that hear voices in their head should go to the hospital?
Hmm?
Do you think that people who hear voices in their head should go to the hospital?
Voices in their head. What does that have to do with this argument?
Do you think that
I'm
people who hear
proving that you're
voices in their head
stupid
should go
enough,
see a
you're
hospital?
stupid enough. You're stupid enough to literally need medical attention. You're lower intelligence. That's why I'm telling you to go see a hospital. And it's nothing wrong against autistic people or people who have who are deficient in IQ. There's nothing wrong with that. God created us all to have some things, and that's totally fine.
Do you think people who hear voices in their heads should go see a hospital?
The people who go to mental asylums, you mean?
Do you think I'll just ask the question for like the 10th time. I don't know what you're lacking or deficient in that you can't understand
Me,
a
I'm not
basic
lacking
question.
anything.
Do you
Thank God
think
I'm
that
not lacking
people who
anything.
hear voices in their heads should go see a hospital?
People who have voices in their heads, yes, they should go see a hospital like you.
Do you talk to God?
Yeah, I see him
Then you should
outside.
go
He's
to the
outside chilling.
hospital.
You go
Okay. You
outside. You
should
know
go
what
see
to
a
do? You should
hospital because
open
you
your
hear
door.
voices
No,
in
go
your
look
head,
at him.
Mo. But you don't really need to go to a hospital because you don't actually exist. You're just a
No.
figment
I'm
of my
telling you to
imagination.
go. Not
But
even
maybe I'll
hospital. Go to
imagine you
therapy.
going to the
Forget the
hospital.
hospital.
I'll
Go therapy.
imagine you walking barefoot over a road of Lego bricks to the hospital. That's what I think I'll do.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Nice. I hope you open up a tin jar that has cookies on the top, but it's just a sewing kit on the inside.
Nice. Okay.
I hope that you step in a puddle after putting on a pair of socks. I
Okay,
hope that
man.
you have to visit Gary, Indiana for a work obligation.
Yay. Useless fucking dumbass.
Yeah, you are. Kitty cat, he rage quitted. What do you think about that? Oh, man.